I got fingers on my lips. Toys that I'm touching, I don't want to put them down. Instead, I want to talk about them. Yes, fresh. Smell the plastic that I crave. I want to shop. I can't be having Bruce Banner. I'm Dr. Rubber Band on Bruce Jenner. And you can call me after dinner. We can talk comic books, but we're here to talk toys. Be proud, make noise.
Hey guys, it's Dylan. They call me Toy Lips. No, I'm kidding. Nobody calls me that. But this channel's probably called that. I think that's what I'm gonna settle on. That amuses me the most, and I don't think anyone would take that, man. No one else is that warped, right? But long-time listener, first-time caller. This stuff has excited me for a very long time, and I've been trying to put something like this together where I can be here and be a part of this thing where we review and just gush about this nonsense that we love. But this whole synergistic nonsense of the comic books to the movies to the little figures based on all of the things and the stuff, man, this is right up my alley. And I buy this stuff anyway and gush about it to people, these unwilling victims. So I thought maybe I could put it out here where people who maybe want to see this stuff could go and find it. Go and find it. And I thought for the first video, I ought to flip this around, maybe introduce myself a little. And as we go, you'll learn more weird nonsense about me, right? And I thought that this would be a good candidate for the first one. I just happened to run into this fellow at a Walmart store, old Modular himself. Yeah, I've been seeing evidence of these guys at Targets and Walmarts, and you can get them at major online retailers too, like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. Amazon, maybe, they do pre-orders sometimes, but it's here and there, and they don't even talk to anybody, so who knows what they're doing. But yeah, let's take a closer look at this box, huh? Yeah, get right in there. It looks backwards to me, but it'll flip that around, right? Or maybe I will, or maybe I won't. You guys can read this, right? Backwards, forwards, sideways, in your sleep. It's Iron Man. Come on. Over on the side here, we get all this sweet box art, and then on the other side, you get the same art, but perhaps flipped around. And then on the back, the same art again, just full glory, along with this little read-up. Don't waste your life on that anyway. Here's a preview of the other figures in the wave, as well as the completed Build-A-Figure Ursa Major that we're all after. What a burn that the picture is the proper coloration, yeah? Not that this is improper. They would always imply that it is metallic and it's just comic books. So this might be a thing that an argument could be made, but we know they're going to come around and hit us up for another 20 for that yellow one, and I'll pay it. Fuck you. Anyway, thanks for being here on this journey with me, guys. Let's crack into this thing. Debuting in 1994's Iron Man 300, the modular armor was built to be, well, modular. Get all these sweet configurations that you could have, the most notable of which being the Hulk Buster. And I'll say right off the bat, that's kind of the disappointing part. This is meant to, we would have all these clip-on, modules from like rail guns to adamantium-tipped rockets and things like that, and we don't get anything like that. And as I'm thinking that, it leads me to believe we might get like something a la the Deluxe War Machine with a bunch of snap-on effects, and that would be a good excuse to give us the more traditional red and yellow coloration. Yeah, be on the lookout for some nonsense like that. I don't know, right? Anyway, though, it is a stellar figure all by itself. He is the one that does not come with the BaF piece, so he's going to be 2 per case. And to me, you would think, man, you could stuff that one with more accessories, but it's typically the guy who's by himself comes with less, I think, depending on the character. They know it doesn't need a BaF part to move and or more crap. It's just, it is this version of Iron Man, and people are going to snap it up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the deco on this thing, man, it's really nice. We start here at the head, maybe move it away, move it over here. This faceplate is like a separate piece set in there. It makes that really pop. It looks really nice rather than just some sloppy little paint application on there. It may have even been just painted previously because I don't see any slop on that sucker. And to that. Anyway, working our way down here, you get this sweet, you can see it's not painted. It maybe could be painted overall, just some nice like candy apple red, whatever, like you'd see on a racing car. But this plastic does look really nice, even though you get some marbleization in there. But these are mass market $20 toys, or maybe $23 now, depending on where you're at. On these shoulders here, he's got this nice shoulder pad that's like glued full over it. It is a separate piece, but it's on there as is appropriate for the design. He's got these nice little like rubbery overlays though for these effects here. These are cool. This one happens to be at that thigh cut, and that's a great design choice, man. And some of these pieces, by virtue of this, must be it's a unique sculpt, unless they pulled this from somewhere and then cut into and laid this on it. Maybe, but probably not, because they put this out here and they got this little V-shaped slit here, and they're like, how about a guardsman? You know what I mean? Something like that. The boots look really good. It's sort of asymmetrical. It's not a flat design. Of course, the articulation in there is, but the boot has a slight angle to it for accuracy and such. And another little overlay piece, little peg holes on the bottom of the feet, no textures, but that's where they're hiding stamping and numbers and such, which is great. You want that there, not fucking bold on the back of your thigh. What is that noise? Little portholes here for effects pieces on the hands. And let's go ahead and go over the articulation. So starting from the head here, it's on a ball peg here with a hinge. I didn't mean to tear that off, but it came right off, and that's fine. The peg's just a little stiff yet. And working with that, you might notice that the neck is actually separately articulated, which we see more and more, and it's great. You can lean the head back a little further, which is cool for flying characters to simulate a flying pose. He does have this collar that kind of holds it, but between the head and that little bit of neck, you can get that. You can get a nice, like, sort of looking ahead, flying, what have you pose. He can look down as well, also thanks in part to that neck. That is great, man, where you can squeeze in extra bits of articulation that not every figure has. Why not? Over here at the shoulders, they are standard. It would be cool if they had a little butterfly inset type of deal. I think that's great on any figure, but I don't feel like I'm missing out that much. It's got these are so low profile, these shoulder pads, that you could actually push that all the way up like that, and it doesn't even seem to be hurting it. You know what I'm saying? And we got this nice bicep cut, which is cool. These things do spin all the way around if you understand physics. I mean, I don't need to be... Why would you ever be whipping his arm and doing weird garbage like that? It's not a thing. Human beings don't do that. I'm good with like human being level articulation. I know we got mutants, superhumans, whatever, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a pretty athletic, physical guy. If I can't do it, man, these guys aren't... I don't need to bend my arm upside down and backwards. I don't need to kick my own ass. It's not even a thing. We're jumping right into that. But he can kick the small of his back, the top of his back. Ooh, his head. Look at this guy. Wow. It is a really well articulated figure. It is. Sorry. We're going to fold that away, and we're going to move back up. Behave. Okay, working down. Let's work down this other side. You get the idea that these bits are the same, though, right? Without me individually manipulating them. Double jointed elbow, which is pretty standard, man. You get some big hulking figures, and you might have a single joint. You get some little ladies, and you might also have a single joint. These repulsor hands having hinges is fairly new as far as just in the last few Iron Man figures. And that's great. It's too bad Iron Heart did not end up with that. Or did she? No, I don't remember. I don't think she did. Doesn't matter. Here at the torso, you have this nice ab crunch, and you can see that the design work goes all the way through. So you can roll that back and see these muscular, shiny metal abs. Or what is any of this? Is it like liquid metal that he pours over himself, and after all the burning and scarring is done, he goes out and rocks everyone's world as the, International Iron Man. I was trying to think of the correct adjective. There are so many. Infamous even. And then he does have a waist swivel, goes all the way around, and now he's actually crippled and he needs an ambulance. We'll get to that later. We got the thigh thing, whatever you call these that aren't ball joints. We've moved so far away from that. Some people are still freaks and they want to stick you with that. But anyway, upper thigh cuts, which are key. Some people don't swing that way, but it's nice and it doesn't hurt anything. Maybe it costs a lot to add that bit of artic, but whatever. You get these nice overlays, and like I spotlighted before, they slide right over the thing, and that's kind of a neat effect, They could have cut that, but why? Down to the knees, and they are double jointed. Yes. And then you do have that little boot cut, that calf rotation that is nicely hidden in the boot. Always great when you can do stuff like that. Like how they hid my carpal tunnel scars right here. Fun. Okay, and he's got the proper back and forth on the feet, as well as the rocker motion so that the feet always stay planted on the ground. Yeah. Anyway, as far as optional parts with this guy, it's kind of minimal. You get the fisted hands, which is dialed. More and more, we get lots of extra hands with characters, and I'm really into that. You know what I mean? These socket right on. Let's just socket them in real time, because I'm that guy. It's It's on camera, it's off camera. Try to keep up. I'm keeping it interesting here. I mean, hopefully. God, I hope I'm not just some boring jerk. I mean, sometimes. And then you try to pose them and stand them so they look lifelike, not like they're robots, machine men. And now that I've taken the hands off that accommodate them, how about we bring in the blast effects, which, these are a dime a dozen, but not unwelcome. We love these. You could plug these right onto his boots, too, and he could be flying away. You get the idea. Same stuff. Whip, 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 whip. All right, let's check the height. I mean, like, who gives a flying rip? Yeah, but if you do... It's like 6.5 inches tall. Interesting tidbit. This is the tape I build metal buildings with. Maybe we'll get a little dedicated one for this, huh? But for now, let's swing in a couple of characters here for comparison shots. How about this 80 years Iron Man? He fits right in. The scale is just right. They look like the same size. It's the same dude. You know what I mean? What surprises me is this different. It's a different gold, maybe a different red, but that's a different gold for sure. Maybe it's like, it's such custom paint though. Once they're done with the batch, you struggle to replicate it, or maybe they just don't care. Sure they do. Sure they do. Let's bring in good buddy James Rhodes. Yes, Lieutenant Colonel type, one each. And look at that, man. They look fantastic together. This is the 90s right here, just happening. Over on this side, we'll swing in another armored character, a Beard Boy. The old Ironmonger, yes. Obadiah Stane. Man, those look great together, right? Who wouldn't want this? And for a standard 6-inch size comparison, out of Regina, Saskatchewan, we have Wade W. Wilson. Yes, friends. All right, guys, to sum it all up here, I just want to say I think this is a great representation of the character. It's just a really clean design, man. He looks fantastic. It's really, really well articulated, super fun to play with, very, very toyetic, if you will. On the con side, though, the limited accessories is kind of a bummer, and the questionable color choice. Really, it's not bad, it's not good. It's questionable though. It's the word I like for that. Thank you guys for being with me on this journey. If you've made it this far, man, I'm thrilled to be here. This is super cool, and I wanted to give a big shout out to everybody else doing this. Robo with the Fwoosh and Wade Unparalleled Universe, Shartimus Prime, Brad the DC Universe Geek, and Pixel Dan, Toy Bro and Toy Shiz, Anthony's Customs, DDMB, Boog, Mad Hatter, even McDowell. You know what I mean? You guys have inspired me. This is awesome. I am so thrilled to be here. Go ahead and like this. If you did, subscribe. It would help me out. I'm new, but I'm not going to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. You know what I'm saying? And thanks again for being here, guys.